From Burns Park in North Little Rock, Arkansas, this is the 2017 USAFL Central Regional Tournament. I'm Brian Barish. Great to have your company as well, wherever you're watching us around the world here on USAFL.com. It's the second of 9 games we'll have for you from this tournament. The Tulsa Buffaloes, combined with players from the Oklahoma City Flyers and Little Rock Coyotes, the home team, going up against the Baton Rouge Tigers, combined with players from the Des Moines Roosters and the reserve side from the Houston Lone Stars. The Tigers are in the white jumpers with the purple and yellow trim. They'll be going from right to left on your screen. The Buffaloes are in the gray jumpers with the red tops going from left to right. Seth McAvaney, our umpire, holds the spirit of this great game aloft. He throws it in the air, says, "All right, boys, go after it," and we have footy. Tulsa wins that one out of the ruck, as that was Byron Fisher in on the ruck for the Buffs. And the ball is tied up. We'll have a ball up. Tulsa, 0-2 in the Ruggles Cup in Houston, and then lost to Dallas in a full game, as Baton Rouge, who has a record of 1-2 so far on the season in the white jumpers, as that one goes in forward, picked up, and Nana Coleman is held up, and he is wrapped up, and we'll have a ball up. Ball back into the air, knocked forward again as Fisher in the ruck. Yeah, he'll be called upon to be doing a lot of the ball winning here in this game. As the ball bounces back, picked up by Tulsa, handballs it back, going up over the top. It'll drop down in front of Farber. Farber looking back. Handballs it around. Good little handball drawn, and boom! Oh, a big hit thrown in there by Josh Cartmill. And the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw, and Josh threw his right shoulder in with the fury of 1,000 suns. And the ball comes spinning back in the play as Cartmill was called in again, on the ruck, and the ball will dribble out of bounds, and we'll have another boundary throw in. Boundary umpire throws the ball back in when it goes out of bounds. Throws it in back over his head. Whee! The wind takes it. Not much of a. It's actually cool. More of a gentle breeze. As kicking that one on there was number 3 for Baton Rouge, and then Tulsa able to get it on Hood. Shane Hood going after it as he couldn't find the handle. He picks it up on the second bite of the cherry. It just squirts inside 50 or inside the 40-meter arc. He picks it up again out of the ruck, and then that one squirts on through. Running back to get it is 19 in there for Baton Rouge. And they try to get it away, and that one is kicked on, and it's there. It looks like it was touched for a behind. So a good offensive by the Buffs, but just off of a fingertip, and in order for it to be a goal, of course it has to go between the two big sticks, but it also can't be touched by anybody on either team, and that's what happened here. It's a rush behind. So 1-0, Tulsa the lead. Opening minutes, first half of the second game. These two teams are in Pool B alongside the Dallas Magpies. They'll both be playing the Magpies a little bit later on. Marked by Brett Guillot. Up on that far side, and it is marked defensively there by the Buffaloes, and then into the middle. One hops it into Mowry. Mowry throws that one onto the right. Big contact there, and 27 for Tulsa had it, and then he was thrown to the ground, and it is holding the ball. Free kick to the Baton Rouge Tigers, and number 27, who goes out to the right side. That is Lachlan McQueen. We'll call him Steve. Up on that far side, the ball is marked, and now back the other way. Raspold will go in short. It is juggled. Ball goes to ground. Standing him up there and then wrapping him up was the 22 for Baton Rouge, and that is James Lamont, one of the Houston reserve players playing on this Baton Rouge side to make up the numbers. That one thrown into the right. Up into the air, knocked down. Bit of a scramble. Brazel knocked down. Right, that was Farber who was knocked down. And then the Tigers able to get it. It's a worm-burning, finger-breaking kick. Just skips by Mowry as Coleman was there for Baton Rouge to stay with the footy. Then pushed to the ground. It's tied up, squirted away. O'Connor was able to get it out for the Buffs. And then here is a kick. It's high. It'll bring rain. The pack assembles, almost marked. as Cox, he couldn't get to it. Chris Cox, one of the Oklahoma City players for Tulsa, and then soccered it on, kept it in nicely. There is 19 for Baton Rouge, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in. 1-0 Tulsa the lead on the Little Rock scoreboard. The ball comes spinning back in the play. The temperature, by the way, is in the upper 70s. A little bit of a breeze as Cartmel wins the hit out, and he does so to the number 3 for Baton Rouge. Up on that far side, and it is out of bounds. Now we'll have a boundary throw-in. As we mentioned in the first game, there was a little bit of dew on the ground, but that is all burnt off. A perfect playing surface here at Burns Park in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and our thanks to the North Little Rock Parks and Rec for great job on these fields and for letting us play this game of Australian football. That's going to be a high tackle. Cannot make any contact above the shoulders, and that's what happened there as Baton Rouge's number 20, who is Cole Hilgenkamp, was called for that one. Baton Rouge is one of those teams. They've played in Division IV for some time. They've been around since the mid-2000s, and they are a hardy football club, and the mettle of their club and the resolve of their club was not tested any more than last year when they were playing their season and dealing with the floods that went on in that area. As Tulsa goes that one inside 50, and that one is kicked through for a goal. A goal for the Tulsa Buffaloes, and Andrew Rose up on that far side, and he has kicked the goal, and Tulsa extends their lead. Tulsa 1-1-7, Baton Rouge yet to score. And the Buffs are, it's been back and forth in the middle of the ground. The Buffaloes are getting some leads, and so are both teams really are. The Tigers are getting some leads, but they're not getting that penetration. And that's the difference so far. Tulsa again wins it out. This is when momentum is very important, as going back to get it was Ryan Moran. Goes into the middle. No one had it, was picked up off the carpet, left-footed kick. Oh, and that handcuffed Caleb West for Tulsa, and he wasn't able to control it. Baton Rouge comes back. Nice sliding mark by Hilgenkamp. He's in the right half flank, forward flank. The kick was not the best. It sort of died in the atmosphere and then goes down. Tulsa with a 2-on-1 advantage over there. He's dragged down, and the umpire crosses his arms like the Monsignor from the First Church of Football, and we'll have a ball up. Ball knocked forward, and the ball will roll out of bounds. As we said, second of 9 games on the day. There are 6 teams here competing. 2 pools of 3 teams each. We'll have a round robin. The best record from each pool advances directly to the grand final, which will be a little later on today. If there's a tie, if all 3 teams should happen to split, or if there's a tie in the standings, it comes down to points percentage, which is similar to point differential, except we divide and not subtract. Ball into the middle of the ground, and again, no one having trouble, both teams having trouble hanging on to the footy. Coleman knocked down his man and was able to find Raspold, and that one will go into the middle. Hilgenkamp almost got pinged for it being low, and then West just got it off to the left and finds a target. Throws that one on to the right, does the other Raspold, and Steven, that one is kicked on. A great job there as that one's kicked for goal, but it's off to the side for a minor score as Jeremy Ingram, who is the lone representative from the Little Rock Coyotes on this side, and that may very well be the first point in Little Rock Coyote history. It goes to 1-2-8, does Tulsa on the Little Rock scoreboard. Baton Rouge yet to score. 8-0 Buffaloes as the kick-in comes out to the near side. One-on-one contest. Bounces in front of Rose, who now goes into the middle. As they handball it around, they find Brazel. DB goes in short. Couldn't hang on to the pill. Oh, he just knocked him over, did Brazel. He just gave a big shove to Mark Chambers. And the ball has gone out on the full as they tried for a scoring shot and missed everything. Dustin Brazel has been around a long time. Believe at one point he played for the Magpies before helping to found this Tulsa Buffaloes club. The ball actually has gone out for a boundary throw-in. It's a loose ball in front. Brazel, Hood, in there again, and the ball is tied up, and it's another ball up right in the goal square of the Buffalo's target. Ball up into the air, knocked down, but a swing and a miss as the Tigers had it, as Ryan Moran had it. It was knocked out of his hands on a swing and a miss. Rose is stood up. He's thrown to ground. Umpire says let the record play. The ball goes to ground. Rose again on a second effort. Again thrown down there is Ingram. And then he goes right out in front. He kicks for a goal, but it's off to the side for a behind, as Ingram again was there, but it's off for a behind. So Tulsa 1-3-9. Baton Rouge yet to score. Brian Barish here with you at Little Rock, North Little Rock, Arkansas, here at Burns Park. The Central Regional Tournament brought to you by USAFL.com. If you want to check out all the happenings in the USAFL, follow us on our website, USAFL.com, on Facebook at Facebook.com/USAFL, and on Twitter at USAFL1997. Check out all the happenings. This is a very busy day as we play this tournament here in Little Rock, in North Little Rock. We have tournaments going on in San Francisco, in Montreal, and a game in Philadelphia. Straight out for a nice mark in the middle of the ground by Andrew Raswold, who will go in quickly. One-on-one contest. Tipped off the top, but two Buffaloes are there and just off to the side. Oh, my goodness. That is a clanger writ large. As right out in front, Ingram had it and might have turned his foot to the left as he got it. He's going to want to have that one back. That may haunt him for some time, but it's another point for the Buffaloes. They go on to 1-4-10. Baton Rouge yet to score. But it's been all Buffs in terms of pressure inside the forward arc. They get it around. Brazel had it smothered off his foot. Crash Boom Opera. Squirts out again. Here come the Tigers out in the middle, one-on-one contest. Great spoil by Mowry, who's been very active. Mowry from 45 meters out looks for a target. It squirts through. I believe it did find the field of play before going out of bounds, and it did. That is very important because it means it'll be a boundary throw-in. And here are the Buffaloes still applying pressure as the ball comes spinning back in the play. Knocked backward, picked up and controlled. Ball goes to ground. Rose looking for some help out the back door. It comes all the way back. That one is kicked up on the way there by 27. As the ball goes off to the right side, it's going to bounce, it's going to skip, it's going to hop, and it's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. And again, Tulsa hemming the Tigers in the offensive 40. Ball comes spinning back in the play. It goes up and brings rain. Comes back down to ground. Again, in there is number 3. That looks like Davy Bryant. Gets that one up onto the left. It skips and it hops as Ciccone was taken down. Throwing that one onto the right, and it is marked in front. And Chris Cox, former collegiate football player from University of Wyoming and a USA Revolution prospect, a chance to extend his team's lead, but that one goes off to the left. And has that gone out on the full? And in fact, no, it just snuck through the behind post. 1-5-11 Tulsa. 1 goal, 5 behinds. And the Buffaloes are officially in need of a compass because they cannot find the big sticks. Out in the middle of the ground, it's tied up. We are in the latter stages of this first half of the second game, first game of Pool B. As the ball goes in short, it is knocked away, but right to Bryant, who will go straight out into the middle of the ground, off the foot of the Buffalo defender, and then they handball that one out in the middle looking for Farber. Farber will go in short, and it's just dropped. Good spoil in there by the Tigers defender, and then they handball it in, looking for a kick up on that near side, digging in after it, going up and getting it knocked down in there was 16 for Baton Rouge. And then here comes Tulsa back in the other direction. And we have a whistle. And it looks like a ball up on that far side. No, in fact, it is a free kick. And it is Jeremy Ingram who sprayed that ball before. He's going to go in short, and it's a nice one-handed mark up over the top. Looks like by Matt Smith from Baton Rouge. Up on that far side they go. As the Tigers trailing 10-0. It could be much worse. That's the effect of the kicking troubles that Tulsa has had. As Raspol throws that one onto the right, that's going to carry off the goalpost. Another behind. Once it hits the goalpost, it is dead, and it's an automatic behind. So Tulsa has now kicked a goal's worth of minor scores. It is 12-0. The Buffs with the lead. Tulsa, Division 4 side, played up in Division 3 last year, or 2 years ago, and then down in Division 4 last year, and that one is intercepted straight into the middle of the ground by Matt Barton. Barton kicks inside the 40-meter arc. Oh, what a spoil over the top, and springs it free. A couple of players shaking up after that one, but going over to get it is Adam Ruggles. Ruggles able to get it out of there. It is intercepted dead in front. And they'll have a kick for goal. The kick is up on the way. And it looks like it has gone through for a minor score. Another missed kick. This one by Byron Fisher. 1-7-13 for Tulsa. Baton Rouge yet to score. Well, Tulsa's got to play. Both of these teams are going to play Dallas a little bit later on. Dallas is the number 6 ranked team in the USAFL top 20 poll. And they're not going to beat the Magpies if they cannot find the big sticks. And we have a whistle, and it's a holding the ball, and back the other way come the Buffaloes. That one is up high in the air, and a nice mark by Lachlan McQueen, who has pretty much been a human battering ram, just throwing himself at the footy. That one is thrown up onto the left, out to the near side. Omar couldn't get to it for Baton Rouge, and then it looks like he got leg there, and it'll be a free kick. And it will be paid to the number 9 for Baton Rouge, which is Ahmed Omar. Omar's kick up in short. Back the other way come the Buffs. Straight out into the middle of the ground now. It is tipped, knocked down. That one goes in short, and it's almost marked. It's dropped. And then just getting it off is Brazel. And Brazel kicked the ball, and he just walks off the field. He was right in front of the interchange gates. The Tigers trying to get it out. The ball over on that far sideline. Again, the score on the Little Rock scoreboard, it's Houston 13. Or rather, Tulsa 13, Baton Rouge nothing. And Tulsa has had 8 scoring shots but only 1 goal. And the ball has gone out. They're appealing for on the full, and they're going to get it. We're craning for vantage point here with both teams' benches having moved very precariously in front of our commentary position. So if we miss a couple of things, we apologize. Oh, he got the old stripping around right off the footy. Bryant was taken down for Baton Rouge, and the umpire crosses his arms and says, "Give that to me, we'll have a ball up." And Baton Rouge has really only had maybe one sortie past their end of the field. Tulsa's had the territorial and the possession advantage, and that one is kicked in. It popped in the air. Ingram couldn't handle it cleanly off the initial kick by Caleb West. And out of all of that, it'll be a free kick. It looked like it was a contact there, and here's Jeremy Ingram who will pick up the footy, and he will try to right the wrong of having the ball right in front before and spraying it off to the side. This will be from dead in front, and it is dead center perfect. A goal to Jeremy Ingram and the Tulsa Buffaloes, and they extend their lead. Tulsa, 2 goals, 7 behinds, 19 points. Baton Rouge yet to score. Ingram, as we mentioned, one of two players here for one of two players that were here. Steve Granfield was the other one for the Little Rock Coyotes. As they get started here, they were the 38th club to join the USAFL at the end of last season. North Star Blue Ox, which was the first independent women's club, or actually they were 37, were the Coyotes. North Star was 38. The Wisconsin Wombats have joined. They are number 39. Ball out of the middle, and Baton Rouge trying to get something pushed forward, and the ball goes out of bounds. That'll be a boundary throw-in. Up on that far side. Waning moments, first half. Ball comes spinning back in the play, and in fact, that is the first